Hi guys! A lot of people were interested how this 3D embedded rose was created, so I decided to give it a go and make a video. It's a long process, it's a lot of faff and hassle, but it's worth at the end. The materials I'm using is Acrygea or Polygea, gel polish, and I am using here an already existing nail. I'm just filling it in. I filed it down all the way to the base. I'm going to build on top of it, and at the end I'm going to file from the bottom to have the perfect shape. The shape itself is going to be a Russian almond. So what you see I'm doing here, I put a little bit of a base color, preferably the darkest color. I start with the darkest color, building it up towards the end, getting lighter and lighter. I put a little bit of Acrygea on it. Now, it's best if it's smaller. This is still too big for my liking. So try to make it very, very tiny, because that's the middle of the rose, and as you file it from the top at the end, this is going to open up. So try to make it as small as possible. And then after this, we are just starting to build up the petals on this middle. Every layer has to be cured for 10 seconds, just a flash cure, and then painted. The little tips for this: play with the angles. Don't just build up circles, because that's what I did. If you have a chance and you will see my pink nail, or you've seen it before, the pink nail was my first try, and after I filed it down, it ended up just circle in circle, so it's really not resembling a rose at all. So when you build up the layers, make them lean inwards a bit in an angle. There you can see the pearl in the pink one. Also make some small indents. You will be able to see that later on as well. So press it in with the brush a little bit, so it has a slight wave at the sides, like a normal rose would do, a rose petal. When you put the gel polish, again, you can play with the height of the petals. You can make waves into it. And the other thing, the edges of the petals, always close them at the sides. So cover just the half of the little bead and close them down, make them touch at the sides. And when you paint on it, again, take the gel polish down towards the base at the edges. It looks a lot nicer. It is also very important that you have to have the right height when you build this. It's gonna be messy, don't be worried about that. But when you build up the height, if you build it way too high, like I did here, I eventually realized that later on. When you build up too high and you file it from the top, it's gonna open up a lot more. It's gonna be more open. If you do it a tiny bit lower, if you are roughly getting that height, what you're looking for, that's when it's going to look perfect. I already marked out at the beginning where my raised smile line is going to be, so I have the shape marked out. As I'm building up the petals, I'm painting the base as well, and I did not paint the whole thing, the whole base, with one color, because as we are getting outwards, we are going to change the color. We're making it lighter, and it looks nicer if the base is following the color of the petals. And here you can see how I do little dents on the side of the petals, how I make little waves into it. Later on this will be very visible and it's gonna look very pretty. Here just the finishing touches. It's always best to try to create already the right shape so you don't really have to fight too much afterwards. I here with this little special drill bit, E5 bit, making a small dent at the base where I can put the file, the edge of the file properly, so I can find a very sharp smile line. And my favorite part, when everything gets all together, this is when you start seeing how the rose is emerging. It's just beautiful. see around this height it would have been perfect if I can leave it at this height, but that would have been way too high for this nail. So that's why I'm saying it's always good to consider at the beginning how high are you starting to, or are you trying to do your nail, and always start the middle a bit lower and then build on top of that, but don't build it too high. First of all, because you are wasting a lot of gel, and second of all, because it's gonna be more open. When I'm happy with the shape of the smile line, I'm just filling it in with white builder gel. You can use whatever you used to or you like. You can use acrylics, you can use poly gel, you can use builder gel, and finish file. I hope you did like the video. If you have any questions, just message me on my Facebook or Instagram. Try to do it yourself. Good luck. And please, if you do it, try to tag me. I want to see